Hello kids, welcome back to the session 2, right? This is our session 2 where we are learning about the cloud, right? In the previous class what we learned? The journey of the cloud, right? From the desert, hills, mountain, right? So it will go all around, right? And learn about the things. How was the climate condition? How was the weather? Right? So for that and for the hills, the water is coming out, right? So for that we call valley, right? So that only we learn in the previous class. So what we are learning today? So what effect to the clouds with our environment, right? So we see many things surrounding, right? We see many trees, houses, roads, vehicles, right? Bank, factories, right? What effect to the environment, to the cloud for ourselves, right? So that only we are going to learn. Human beings, animals, birds, insect, varieties of plants are living in different places of earth, that you know, right? So here in this world many animals are living, plants are there, right? So birds, insects, right? Everybody has their own living style, right? So here air, water, soil are important for the life on earth, right? So without soil means without food. So in the soil only the plants will grow up and we get the food, right? So the food is very important for us. Water, right? Air, from the trees only we get air, right? So from the wells and all we'll get water. These are tanks, right? River, then small pools, right? These are what? The sources of water from rain, right? So here what effect? These are very important for our life. Without these we can't live, right? So here air. You know that air is necessary for breathing. How you will breathe? Without air, can we breathe? If you just close your mouth for a second, can you breathe? No. When we when we leave that hands, we'll get the air. We can't see the air, right? So we just feel the air. The wind is coming, we only feel the air, right? So the air is very important to live, right? Observe the picture, right? If you open page number 215, you can see the picture. What it says? Factories and vehicles are letting out smoke, right? This smoke enters the air and polluted it. You know that breathing of this polluted air causes diseases, right? So from the trees we are getting a fresh air, but from the factories, from the vehicles, they are letting out the smoke which is not pure, right? Which is with the many chemicals, right? If it enters to the air, what will happen? The air is fresh or not? No, right? We will not get the fresh air because of these factories and vehicles. They are letting out what? Smoke, which has many chemicals. If we breathe, what will happen? It causes diseases, right? When you going out, you just observe. If you going in the market, right? There is smoke, dust. What will happen? After you coming home, you start coughing, right? It's because of what? the many chemicals which is mixed with the air, so which is not good for our health, right? So what happen, we may get sick. Okay, so how to prevent air pollution, right? So this is very important. What we can do, we can control it, right? So how we can control, write it in a 4 lines, right? So what we can do to avoid these air pollution, so we can plant many trees, right? If we plant trees, we'll get a fresh air, right? If we want to go somewhere, it's very near, it's like a walkable, we can go by walk, right? So what will happen, we start walking, so we are not using vehicles, means it will reduce, right? That we can do, right? So if it is very near, is still using cars, motorcycle, motorbike, what will happen, it will smoke, right? It's coming out the smoke. So what if we start walking, or if we use bicycle, which is free polluted, right? So which is not polluted, so for that we can start walking, right? So, and we can stop burning the dry leaves. So whatever the dry leaves, right? So what we will do, not only dry leaves, the litter. So what we will do, it is trash, so we start burning that, even that also letting out smoke, so that we can avoid, right? So here, avoid smoking indoors, right? So we can write avoid smoking indoors, right? What we have to do, we have to avoid smoking, right, indoors. Then avoid burning trash, dry leaves. Okay, then use less vehicles. We should use less vehicles, right? Vehicles and machines which produce smoke, right? So which produce smoke, that we should leave. Okay, and plant more trees. From trees only we'll get fresh air, that we can control. Remove carpeting. Okay, so these are the things we can control, right? So here it's about air. Now how the water get polluted, that only we are learning for the next. Okay, so now water is very essential for living beings, right? So everybody need water. Even the trees want water, we need water, insect need water, right? Every creature, bird, animal, plants, human, everybody need water, right? So water is very essential to live. So here you already know about water and its importance, right? So how much water is important, right? That we already learned in a previous classes. So observe the picture. Dirty water and rain water are joining the source of water. Some people are washing their vehicles in the water. Some people are washing clothes and utensils, right? So water is polluted, right? So we see the sources of water like lake, river, right, pond, right? So sea, right? These are the sources of water. We'll get a water from the from taps, but these are from the source of water which is nearby, near to you. So from there only we get a water, but we don't know how the water is. So we can't drink the tap water, right? Because it's not clean. Why? Because in the pond or in the river or in the pool, what the people will do, they wash their utensils, they wash their animals there only, they wash their clothes only. So what will happen? Whatever the dirt in that, it will mix into the water. Even the drainage, right? So they will, what the people will do, the factories, drainage, they will what, they will connect with the source of water. So even the dirt is also into the water, so the water will get polluted, so we can't use it, right? So when it is clean water, we can easily drink the tap water, but we are getting this dirty water. So what we have to do, we have to clean it, right? So then only we can use it. What we have to do, we have to purify that water, right? So there are many other purifier now. So what will happen, whatever the dirt water, so it will purify into clean water, then only we can drink it, right? So what, the polluted water is not suitable for use, right? So we can't use that polluted water, we can't drink. If we drink, what will happen? Again we will fall sick. Okay, so here write the steps that you can take to prevent pollution of water. So what we can do, right? So there are many things which is we can do to avoid polluted water, right? Avoid the using garbage disposal. Do not dispose household chemicals, right? So in the water, so whatever the chemicals, whatever the dirt thing, so we should not throw into water. The people, what they will do, whatever they eat, they just throw in the water only. That is totally you should not do. Then what, you should not wash clothes, animals, vehicles in the water. And in for the factories, right, the whatever the dirt is there, they can keep in other drainage, okay, where they can send that dirt, but they should not connect with the source of water. Okay, now soil. So what we say, soil means what? Mannu, right? So which is very important for our life. From there only it will grow plants, right? So here soil is very important for living beings. Soil is necessary for the growth of plant, to build house and to make bricks, etc., right? So with the soil, right, the people use it for plants, build house and bricks also. Nowadays the soil is being polluted due to the overuse of plastic, chemical and fertilizers, right? So nowadays, before that we get a pure what? Soil, because there is no chemicals using. They don't know about chemicals before. Now for everything they use chemicals, right? So if I am holding this chalk, there is a chemical in that. If I am holding in the book, there is a chemical. If there is in a food, there is a chemical. In everywhere there is a chemical, which is what will happen, which is harmful for the plants. So we are not getting the good food, whatever the grains, what fruits, vegetables, they are not natural as much, right? So here, how do you prevent soil pollution, right? 2 sentences, right? So what? The plastic. So we are using more plastic in these days, right? So we can't carry. So what we can do, we should stop using plastics, right? We can use the handmade cloth bag, right, or a jute, right? So these what will these are not harmful for the environment, right? What the plastic, which is very harmful for the environment. So we stop using plastics, and whatever the chemical and fertilizer, right? So we can avoid it. Prevent air, water and soil from being polluted. Know about the steps to protect them. Follow these steps to protect these valuable resources, because these are very essential for us and other living being, right? So if we follow these things, we definitely try to control this air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution, right? These are the 3 things which we need to live, right? That only will get polluted means it's very difficult to live, right? So that's why we are getting sick in these days, right? So because we are not getting a pure thing, right? So we have to control this, right? Now see the next exercise, weather and climate, right? So now we see about the cloud, right? If the everything is clear, we can see the sun. If it is cloudy means we can't see the sun, right? So here if evening, how is the climate? It's breezing. The wind is breezing, so even we feel better in that time. So raining. So these are the seasons, right? So see the first picture, what you can see? Sun, right? How was the sun? Whether he is cold? No, right? He is hot. When the sun is come, how you feel? You feel so hot, right? So see the next one, right? So if the clouds are covered by sun, so how is the climate? It's totally cloudy, right? It is cloudy. Now see the third picture. What is there? It's raining, right? So when it is raining, yes, it's what the season? Rainy season, right? So it is raining. See, the trees are bending when the wind is when the wind is there, the trees will bend, right? So wind is blowing, right? So the situation given above in the picture show the changes that occur in the day, right? It is called weather. Remember that you have learnt about weather in your previous class, right? So we learn about in the previous class. So let's see, the weather is changing during the day or day by day, right? The weather of a place is observed for a period of 30 to 35 years, okay? So the people seeing this weather changing about 35 years. The sum of this long time weather is called climate, right? So they are telling about today's condition is what? Weather. So about day by day, so it's what? Climate. There is a relation between climate and the life of the people, dress of the people, right? So in the previous class you learn about dress, right? How it changed, right? It depends on the season, weather, right? So the construction of houses, industries and crops depend upon the climate of the particular places. The house with a slopy roof can be seen in the places of heavy rainfall. The crops of such as jawar, ragi, etc. are grown in very hot places with a scanty rainfall, right? So how rainfall, like where Agumbe, right? So in the what? Karwari, right? So here there is a heavy rainfall. If you see the houses, they are built slopy where the rain can easily flow. But when the crops like jawar and ragi, where they are growing, where the climate was very hot, okay? Write the difference between weather and climate, okay? Weather can change within few minutes an hour is what? Weather in a day, right? So we can see many changes in a day, right? So morning it's hot, afternoon it's very hot, and after 4 you feel what? It's like a little windy, right? After night it's very cold. Like that in a day the weather is changing, right? So climate is what? Take a very long time, right? So it's about 1 week we can measure the climate. So yes, the climate of yesterday was different, today is different. Day of yesterday, Friday, was very hot, today is cold. Like that is what? Climate, okay? Particular weather is about particular area, so climate is about large area, okay? You have summer vacation in April and May. How will the weather condition be in your place at that time? So it's very hot, right? So after summer holiday the school reopens. How will the weather? It's a rainy day, right? Season occur due to the changes in weather condition. Generally there are 3 seasons: summer, rainy and winter, right? In the summer, how is the climate? It's very hot. So how was rainy season? Weather, rainfall, right? So when the schools reopens in the month of June or July, right? In that time this rainy season will occur, right? In the winter, right? So it's the time of November, right? From October, November, where it is very cold, right? So here some situation are given, right? Which season they belongs to. Breathing in a cold water, bathing in a cold water, it's what? Summer, right? So wearing woolen clothes and so feel warm is what? When we wear woolen clothes in the season winter season, right? So we usually wear woolen cloth in the winter, sitting under the fan, summer, right? So it's very cold, it's very hot where you need fan, right? Moving about wearing raincoats when it's a rainy. Trees shedding leaves means dry, getting leaves are getting dry in the month of winter. Using an umbrella when it is rainy, right? So there is a heat in the summer season. There is a change in the cloth you wear and food you eat. Observe what type of food do you eat in the summer season, right? So we'll get in that, right? Ragi we used to eat, green vegetables, corn, fruits, watermelons. In the season we'll get these fruits, right? Melons, grapes, right? So these are the summer season where we get these fruits, right? So some are the season fruits, mangoes, right? So peaches, to keep ourselves cool, right? So we use these things. What type of a cloth do you wear in the summer season? So when it is summer, we usually wear cotton clothes, right? There is a water everywhere in the rainy season. People walk holding umbrella. Observe the climate conditions in rainy season. Sometimes you see lightning in the sky. So here observe this picture and write its name here, okay? So what is this? You see many colors in that. What is that? Yes, it's a rainbow, right? So it have all beautiful colors. When it occur, can you see this every day? No, right? You see when there is a sun, it need sunlight, wind, right? And little rain. So that in that it occur rainbow, right? So here sun in low in the sky, rain is falling in the opposite and portion of the sky. So then only it occur rainbow, right? So here when does a rainbow occur? Sun is low in the sky and rain is falling. In that same time the rainbow will occur, okay? So how many colors can you identify in the rainbow? Write their names, right? So we can see how many colors in that? 7 colors. What are those? Violet, indigo, blue, orange, yellow, right? So green and red. So these are the 7 colors that make beautiful rainbow, okay? The season which is very cold is called winter. In this season, people wear warm clothes. Trees shed their leaves in the winter. Shed means udrodu, right? So here, so make a list of food items eaten during winter, right? So how was the climate? It's very cold, right? So in that, how you feel to eat? You need something which is hot, right? So that you feel better, right? So dates, almonds, walnuts, ragi, bajra, right? Potato, turnip, these are the things which available in winter, okay? So these are the things we need in the season, in the winter season, okay? So summer season and rainy season and winter season cause many changes, right? So of the life of people. They influence the dress, costume, crops and food habits, right? So every season has different cropping. They grow. For the jawar you not need rain too much, right? So they used to grow in the month in summer, right? So for the rain, for the apple and all, so you need more water. So in rainy season only they should grow. Okay, so in likewise, so every season has different different crops. And about the dresses, when it is summer you wear cotton clothes, when it is winter you wear sweaters, wool cloth, and when it is winter, even that also you need the cloth which make you feel comfortable, right? So every season has different cropping, food habit. Every time it change, right? When it is hot you can't eat too much hot food, right? When it is cold you feel to eat hot food, right? When it is very cold you can't eat ice cream, right? When it is hot, that time only you can have ice creams or a cold things. Okay, so do you know this? The Himalayan mountain range is 2400 kilometers long and is covered with snow. Okay, valleys will be V or U shape. So as I said, it is in a V shape or U shape. Okay, so here the plateau of Tibet is called the roof of the world. So here the soil that is deposited by the river is called alluvial soil, so which is very pure, right? So which has not any chemicals. The Thar desert is on the west of India. This is the larger desert, right? So there is a sand, okay, Thar desert. Mullyanagiri is the highest peak in Karnataka. It is the highest about 1925 meter from the sea level. So it is the highest mountain. We can say it is Mullyanagiri, right? So it's the highest mountain in Karnataka. It's about 1925 meter from the sea level. Inhaling polluted air causes disease like tuberculosis and asthma, right? So when you're taking all the dust, right, it will make you sick, right? So some which taking the dirt, so we are inhaling that polluted, so it's a possibility of getting diseases like asthma and all. Okay, so pre-monsoon and post-monsoon winds brings rain to India. More than half of the land surface is plain land. Kashmir is a valley region in the North India, right? So there you can see many valleys in Kashmir, right? So there are 7 colors in the rainbow, but these 7 colors are not visible clearly, right? We can see some of colors, some are mixed colors, right? So we can't see them clearly because of the cloud. Okay, so Vibgyor is the English word used to remember the colors in the rainbow. Okay, so Vibgyor, V for violet, I for indigo, B for blue, G for green, Y for yellow, O for orange and R for red. So these are the colors which you can see in the rainbow. Okay, so it's called Vibgyor, right? So when you remember these words, this word Vibgyor, you definitely know the colors, okay, of rainbow, right? So this is all about today's class, where you learn about the journey of the cloud, right? So how was cloud, what effect? So from where it take a journey and it saw many hills, plains, right? So mountains, river, desert, right? So from there, right? So how does it come to an valley, and so how the air, water and soil effects, how they get polluted. So what we should do to prevent these pollutions, right? So these, if you follow some of these, we definitely control these off, right? So let's read this lesson, okay? So you have to do these exercise and write the question paper, question answer. So I'll provide you the rest notes, okay? Thank you for watching, kids. Have a great day.